It is currently Tuesday of week 15, and we are still deep in the anatomy lessons. I have not done school this week yet. I'm hoping to do it on Thursday since I have D&D today and then something tomorrow. I don't even know at this point. Thankfully, we have completed, hopefully, the busiest month of the year. For me, I had something literally every single day and felt like I was not doing anything well as a result. So I'm hoping that things slow down this month so that we can do more art stuff and I can make more progress, and I am hoping to just do more things that I want to do and not that I have to do. So we are going to jump into the inspiration stuff for the week, and then I do have something exciting to talk about. So first off, the book updates. So I did finish A Sky Beyond the Storm. I'm going to have to put it here since I already returned it to the library. I did give it 4 out of 5 stars. I did like the series. Helene definitely carried the whole series by the end. It was nice to read non-smutty fantasy that was very adventure focused and very like politics focused, so that was good. I don't think I will buy the series, but I did like it. I am still reading Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab as a book club read. This is probably going to take the rest of the month because we are only reading 5 chapters per week. So we're doing this one kind of slow, but that's fine. So because of that, I did pick up another book. So this is a history nonfiction book about hidden places. So for example, a manor with a super reclusive owner who had tunnel systems built underneath it and never talked to people, and he died, so now they've been able to explore the space. Or an apartment that they just found that had been sealed since World War II. That kind of thing. I've just barely started it. I'm like 30 pages in. So far, my criticism is that I want to see these places. Like, you know, I'm an art person. I'm a visual person. I want there to be more pictures of these cool ass places. And there's not. I have been looking up the places that I'm really interested in after I read about them. I mean, okay, again, I've only done like 2 places, but to try to find more pictures. So it's interesting, but it's not as immersive as I thought it would be. We'll see if that changes. As far as games go, I have not been playing video games. I'm like 74% done with Stardew Valley, and I am crawling through. I'm just playing for like 20 minutes here and there, so it's gonna take forever. I have not been playing Marvel Rivals, so I'm super behind on all the events and stuff, and I haven't like done any ranked stuff for the season, but whatever. I have been casually over the past couple days watched my friends play Peak. So that's been okay. And I did download Pokemon TCG because I saw my friends playing it and they were talking about how easy it was to play passively once or twice a day, and that looped me in. So I am in the loot box simulator hole, but it happens. As far as artists go, I honestly have not been consuming stuff online. Like I said, I've had stuff that I had to do every single day. That hasn't been happening, so I don't really have any artists that I've really been obsessed with the past couple weeks. I am hoping that that will change now that I'm in a new month that does not have plans every single day. I'm hoping to fix that. The exciting thing that has occurred is I bought a Cricut 2 off of a close friend. They were selling it. I got it for like $50. So I'm excited. I have a new toy. I am going to be doing a sticker paper gauntlet because I have made stickers one time before. I hand cut all of them when I did. The paper that I used then, which I did like, doesn't exist anymore. I'm doing some research now to suss out a lot of my options, and I'm going to be trying to get a few and test them out, and we will do that together. This week, obviously, we're still in the anatomy portion. I'm really hoping to finish it, and I also need to do a self-portrait, like in a mirror, drawing a self-portrait, which I'm dreading, but that's an assignment, and I'm doing school, so I'm gonna do it. I'm hoping to finish the anatomy video off and then do that. Let's see how far we get. Bye!
Are you photosynthesizing?
Hello, it is now Wednesday of week 16, and I have a couple updates. First one is book stuff. So, still trying to read Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. My friend and I are reading this together, and the chapters are very short. So we're going to try to start reading 10 per week so that we can finish it by the end of the month instead of 5. We're like halfway through. I did finish The Secret Life of Hidden Places. I would rate this probably 3.5 out of 5 maybe. I liked finding all of these cool places I'd never heard of. I was able to put some on, like, save them on Google Maps so that if I'm ever in Germany, I have 3 cool places I could go check out. So this is pretty good. And then I absolutely flew through Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. This, I saw it all over the internet. I think it's from like 2023 maybe. I liked how non-romancy it was. And even though the theming and the characters were pretty heavy-handed, it was for a reason and I liked it. I will probably read something by this author again, but I do want to get through my TBR that I made at the end of 2024 before I move on to more things. I do need to finish the Licanius, maybe, series by James Islington. I have the last book of that series on its way at the library. And then I have a couple big other fantasy books that I think are standalone that I need to get through. Once I'm done with my TBR for this year, the sky's the limit, man. So I'm excited about that. As far as art goes, I got myself in a bit of a rut. So for school, last week I finished the How to Draw Facial Features lecture, which was great, except for the assignment after that was stare at yourself in a mirror and draw yourself, which I procrastinated and put off. I tried doing it on Tuesday. It totally did not go well. So between that and that hippocampus that I drew in my sketchbook that I was going to like properly finish, and now I'm scared about it because it's not going the way that I want it to, I got myself in a little bit of an art block. But with the hippocampus, I have the sketch still. So if it doesn't go well, I can either A, try to use it to figure out a digital workflow since I have not, for the life of me, figured out how to draw digitally yet, or B, print it out again, trace it on the paper, do it again. Like, it's okay. So I need to like push through and do both of those things so that 1, I can move forward with school next week, and 2, I can get myself out of this rut. Because the reality is, if I want to work as an artist full time in the future, I am going to have to draw even when I don't want to draw, and I need to figure that out. So that's my goal this week. I want to make huge progress on the hippocampus, and I also have a couple of other ideas that I would like to at least try to sketch out a little bit. I'm assuming that what's going to happen is I'm going to work on the hippocampus, it's going to start going better, and then I'm going to get a little boost of motivation from that, and then that will help me feel more creatively motivated to work on those sketches. So that's my goal. And then by the end of the week, I need to finish my sticker paper gauntlet research because I need to order some sticker paper, and I need to start photographing stuff for my sketchbook so that I can try to make some stickers. So that's what we're gonna try to do. There's a lot to get done in a couple days when I have a full set of plans, but we're gonna do our best and see how it goes. I'm sorry, this is gonna be a horrible video because I'm videoing a screen. I have finished my gauntlet research for sticker paper and laminate. I think I'm going to get 3 kinds of sticker paper to try, and then 2 kinds of laminate. So I have like the price per sheet, which is kind of all over the place. You see how it goes from $14 to $1.40 per sheet. So I'm gonna try to get something in each kind of price range. So I'm gonna get a cheap one. This one is the GWY BKQ matte sticker paper from Amazon because everyone says it's really good, but it's from Amazon. And it says it has the same mil thickness as some of the more expensive ones. So we will see. I'm going to try to get some of that. And then I'm also going to try to get, so this Buttercrafts place is I do think I'm going to try to get matte, not glossy. But this Buttercrafts place is recommended a lot. They also have like a sampler pack of all of their different kinds of paper, and then also with the laminate. So I'm just going to get their sample pack to kind of test their stuff overall. And I will try not to get tempted by the hollow pack, but I really want some hollow stickers, so we'll see. Anyway, and then I already think I have some Cricut vinyl just from my friend had some leftover when he sold me his Cricut. So I'm going to try that. And then I think I already have some of this Joyeza sticker paper from when I made stickers before. And I don't think I liked it, but I still have some, so I'm going to use that as my test. And realistically, if the paper prints well, and it has good reviews, which is probably why I bought it in the first place. If it prints well and I can just use a thicker laminate on it to make a better sticker, that's not like a terrible option, especially since it's in the cheaper range. Then for laminate, like I said, I'm going to get this Buttercrafts one because I'm going to get the sampler pack, not the rolls. I do remember having trouble with putting the rolls on the sticker paper because it would like bunch because it was rolled, but we'll figure that out. And then this Aura Guard one is like insanely recommended, so I'm going to get some of that. These are kind of comparable price-wise, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I will keep you updated. I'm going to try to buy it tonight so that I can do the testing next week, which is week 17. So you probably won't see the testing in this video because I'm hoping to photograph stuff in my sketchbook to use for the sticker tests, but I will see you next week. We'll do the sticker tests, I hope, or maybe the week after that. We'll give it a go. So it is currently Thursday, and I did a little bit of work on the horse hippocampus guy, a couple pages back in my sketchbook, but I have an idea kind of gnawing at me, so I'm going to do like maybe 20 minutes of sketching to just sketch out some composition, and I'm doing it in real time. I figure I've been doing a lot of time, like almost exclusively time lapses since I started, and I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So the idea is I've been playing the Pokemon game, and I got this really silly card of I don't know what the Pokemon's name is. It's like Cormorant.
Like, it's a cormorant, but I don't know what the Pokemon's actual name is. So between that being really silly and cute, I've been thinking about Faunwoods. She does a lot of really cool, I mean, like the hippocampuses. I really like, and I think it's from her originally. She does a lot of stuff where the animal is like surreally squished into a box. You know, that's kind of what I was working with for the hippocampus. Birds are really especially silly, so that's what I'm gonna try to do with this guy. I'm gonna make his neck, you know, his body can look normal, but then I want his neck to take up the rest of the square. God, this is why people do time lapses. It's so hard to talk and draw at the same time. I'm gonna do a couple sketches because I think the composition for this is gonna be almost like more crucial than the drawing itself. Oh, they've got like pretty long beaks. I don't think I gave him enough space. I know that this kind of feral way of putting ideas down is not, you know, I've started this hippocampus but haven't finished it. I started doing like Stardew Valley girls but didn't finish them. I know that that's not gonna work out and that I'm going to need to, we'll give them big like loon eyes. And then I'm gonna need to figure that out and start finishing things before I move on, which one is hard because it's been 15 or 16 weeks now, but I don't feel like my stamina for drawing is as high as I'd like it to be. The thought of trying to do something start to finish is extremely daunting, especially since I'm still working a full-time job. So oftentimes I leave work and I'm like really tired. But the reality is that the market is super saturated, and especially with people outsourcing things that creatives are better at to generative AI to save money and cheapening their end result. I know that I'm gonna have to keep my day job until I really stably have some sort of shop figured out, which is hard and is only going to get harder when but I am hoping that I also get better at managing all of that. I'm trying to not get too far ahead of myself, but I also can't keep but thinking about how this should go, as in like the shop thing, because I've been thinking about this for a super long time, and I would really like to have like a Patreon, and I really would like to send out monthly stickers or prints to then help fund this whole thing. What kinds of prints and stuff would you guys want to start with? Because if I did start this, I'd want it to really be, I'm trying to balance doing things that I like to do with things that resonate with people. And unfortunately, other than reading, I don't consume a lot of, I don't have cable or anything. I don't watch shows. So my fan art, of course, I was thinking about doing some fan art, but the stuff that I would be doing fan art about, since I am a fan of mostly just reading, would not appeal to the masses. So my people, the people that are gonna like my stuff, doing fan art is a lot easier of a way to grow, because a lot of people really like media. They spend a lot of time watching media, which is fine. And so then it's an easier sell. You do, of course, have to walk the copyright line, and I'm scared to do that, but I don't know. I kind of pictured myself doing more stuff with animals and drawing more stuff that's not someone else's characters and stuff. But we'll see, because I really like Stardew Valley, and I do think that doing some local cons next year would be a good goal. So having some Stardew Valley stuff would be good. I also really like Hollow Knight. I think that game fan art would really be more up my alley, because I play a lot more games. We could do something like that. That's kind of fun. And it's a little bit less crazy though, and I kind of like the crazy. My phone ended up dying, but I took a break from the cormorant vibes to draw some, I think it's pie dove or pea dove. For me, the first one always comes out the best, and then I kind of I lose focus, so then they're not as good. I'm thinking about stickers, so I like this guy. I like this little one with the flower in its head though, when it's very round. And then this little guy in boots. I think I might try to pick 3 of them and try to make them actually full size and colored and see how they turn out. I'd probably do this one. I think I would try to do the boots one, and one of these 2 probably. It is now Friday, and we are going to do a couple more cormorant sketches. I am finding that I think I'm figuring out how I work creatively. So I have that hippocampus in progress, and I'm kind of finding that if I do a little bit of work on that and then I go do something else, and then I come back and I do a little work on that the next session. So I'm doing a little bit of it every session. It's just problem solving, but I'm finding that when I try to problem solve on the same problem for a long time, my solutions become not so good. But if I switch the problem to something else, and maybe it's just an attention span problem at the core, which, is an ongoing problem in today's time. It seems to work pretty well for me that if I just change what the problem is that I'm trying to solve, I end up with renewed vigor for it. So for me, I'm kind of finding that the best way to keep going is to just change what I'm working on so that I'm still making progress, even if I'm not making progress on the same thing that I was. This will only work if I do finish things. So the whole I get tired, so I move on to something else thing can work in theory, but only if I do in fact finish things. If I get stuff done, I'm willing to say that works. If I, quit all of these before they're done, I'm not willing to say that it works. So this is a test, I guess. If I'm finding that I'm not getting stuff done because I'm kind of just squirreling around on new ideas every, time that I have a new idea, then it doesn't work. I've got my camera and a direct sunlight from the window. I am hoping to be able to photograph things like this in my last sketchbook, because I'd really like to make some stickers to test for the gauntlet, but I don't own a scanner and I cannot believe how much scanners cost. So we're gonna try to see how they look if I take pictures of them with my nice camera.